I don't know where the little guy's at.
Yeah, I found his shoes.
Oh, where's the rest of them?
I thought they were yours.
Oh. No, remember I got him beat.
Oh, yeah. By an inch. A whole inch.
Full solid inch.
You guys make me feel tall.
Hopefully we get this over with. I got shit to do.
Yep.
He's always late.
He's always late. Need a beer.
Yeah, maybe we should just leave.
Let's just leave.
I like your haircut. Did you go somewhere to get that done?
Yeah. Paid money for it and everything.
You paid for that?
Yeah.
You know, I do mine every 3 months.
Actually, I traded mahi for it.
Did you really?
I gave him $5 as a tip.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You traded fish for a haircut?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Really?
Yeah.
Are we rolling, John?
We're rolling.
Welcome to Connected by Water.
Hello.
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 Captain Mark DiDario, Michelle Dalton,
Hi.
Bombchelle.
I don't have a nickname.
You want one? Call you Buzz. Buzz Fright Ear.
I've traded Kingfish for my nails before.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
To who?
I think they wanted fish head soup.
No.
Yeah.
It was not an Asian lady, was it?
I was going to do her accent, but I'm not going to do that.
Do it. Come on.
Oh, you want the kingfish?
You had Kingfish head?
She asked for the
I
head?
do nail for free.
Really? That's awesome.
Only once.
That's awesome.
We trade barracudas for the little kids in the Bahamas to watch the boat.
Yeah, that's what Skip Smith told me one time. He's like, don't ever get fish finger baskets from the Bahamas because you never know what's in there.
Ooh.
It's a
You
fishy
can get sick.
surprise.
He got sick once.
Cigatera.
Yeah, he said he has it. I mean, it's like for life.
Yeah.
And
What are the symptoms of that?
he gets really, really, really bad migraines. And I don't know all the symptoms to it, but that's actually where the first I learned about it was from him. You know, one time we went, you know, a fish shack,
Uh-huh.
right? So we went to lunch there one day, and I'm like, oh, the hogfish. And he's like, no, hell no, not for me, never again, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys know Skip, but that's kind of how he talks. He's like, nope. You can have that you can have that hogfish and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, well, why? Because I got the ciguatera. And I'm like, the hell is that? So he told me. And he thought he was going to die.
Yeah, it's in your blood.
Yeah.
For life.
For life.
It's not fun.
It's not fun at all. That was the last hogfish I ever ate.
I'll keep eating everything.
I know you keep eating everything, but it's like I may have had like a hog. Now, actually, let me rephrase that. It's probably like I'm very selective as to where I eat hogfish. I'll put it to you that way. Like it's got to be like a legit place in my mind. But although you never control who's in the kitchen anywhere you are.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't know.
My mother-in-law is like scared to death of getting that from fish. Like every time she sees like a salmon fish or whatever at the market, she always calls me and asks me, would this fish have that? Can I get sick from eating this fish? Like salmon and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't eat salmon, so I don't have a problem.
Well,
I don't eat salmon either. I don't like salmon.
Freshwater fish aren't
It's
real.
weird. I never liked it. I only liked it like raw
Right.
sushi until recently. Like your taste buds change
Yeah,
when you
their
get older.
taste buds definitely changed. Like
Yeah.
I love broccoli now.
Yeah.
I used to never.
I like cauliflower.
Do you like? I'm a big asparagus guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Liz still won't touch it, but she loves salmon. Like everywhere we go, like if we ever got to like a nice dinner, they can be like, "Oh, you get this and get that," and then she'll be like, "Oh, I gotta get my salmon." Like
yeah, like I
every
only get it
time.
at a nice restaurant.
Yeah, like Big Bear.
Otherwise, like Big Bear. Beer cheese soup
Yep.
and salmon.
Yep.
For the high quality people.
Yeah.
Right, for the high class. That's cool, man. No, well, you don't really buy fish anymore. Like you guys, because you guys catch so much fish.
Yeah.
Right. So do you really, like when you go out to a restaurant, you're like, give me a burger?
Typically, yes.
Pretty much, right? Like so sick.
My
of
problem
fish.
is I'm such a good cook.
Right.
Self-proclaimed chef. No, I'm disappointed anytime that I do order like seafood at a restaurant.
I heard you're an amazing cook.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
What's that? All right. So
I can't even lie for you at this point.
So you have, all right, everyone knows the Bombchelle fishing Instagram and stuff, but you have an entire Instagram for
For cooking.
right?
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people following you there too.
Not I don't really advertise it as much as I should.
What is it?
Bombshell Cooking.
At Bombchelle Cooking.
At Bombshell _ cooking.
_ cooking.
Yeah.
Follow that.
I was working on my recipe book, so I was like, you know what? I should just start this page, and it would be like, you know, when I'm ready to sell the book, it'd be like, you know, an easier way to advertise it, but I don't really promote it.
They're all your recipes, though, right?
Yes, 100%.
What's your favorite one?
I like fish tacos.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm always disappointed in other people's tacos.
Yeah.
So it's all about the slaw.
All about really.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What's
you
your
need a
favorite
good
fish to
taco
use
slaw.
in a fish taco? Usually
Typically
like mahi and stuff?
snapper or mahi. Yeah, it's easier to cook.
We went Yellowtail in this weekend
Yeah.
down there because we went down to Tavernier for a mini season. The Harris has a house down there, so he's like, "Oh, come on!" And then we brought the whole family, so it was like a big family weekend. So
Yeah, Yellowtail's up there on my list.
yeah, so I love them.
I kept my ass out. of mini
Hamachi.
season. No mini season.
You didn't
today.
go,
I tried to go actually.
did you really?
I had a couple friends that were like, "Hey, let's go." I was like, "All right, fine," because I don't dive anymore. But we got out the inlet, bunch of helicopters, bunch of cops. Asked one of the BSO guys what's going on. They said they lost a diver. Looked at my friends. They said they don't do
Oh,
dead
boy.
people, and we went.
Wow.
So
Was it Jay that told you that?
no, he was on vacation.
Did you hear what happened to him?
Yes. She's not happy.
You hear what happened to Jay?
No, who's Jay?
That's Rhonda's boyfriend, the BSO on the Intercoastal. Twisted his
Oh yeah, maybe I met
knee
him.
twisted
Did
his
I meet him
ACL.
at Sands.
Yep.
Yeah.
twisted his ACL, saving no, I'm just kidding. Playing badminton. Poor guy. So
He needs a better story.
yeah, he needs a better story.
Right?
So I think he
You
should
should see the other guy.
You should see the other hut. Totally. So, all right. I want to talk about something with you guys today that I was thinking about the other night, right? Because you're huge on social media, right? And you guys are young, right? Although you don't think you are, right? I know you are, right? Would you guys consider yourselves like in the millennial zone?
No.
No? I mean, I don't know how. When does that cut off?
I don't even know, because I get told that I'm acting old all the time.
You do act old.
Thanks. I try to be in bed by
Yeah,
9:30.
he's a grandpa.
You're an old man. You're the oldest young man I know. When does that cut off? Like when? Like, I don't know the rules on.
I don't know. We're gonna have
Stuff
to
like
go to
that.
the Google machine for
Like
that.
they tell me I'm what, Gen X?
I think it's like if you were a kid in the 2000s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a young
Really?
kid.
That young?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think I got that beat.
So I want to talk about, because I was just talking to Stan and Chris there on yesterday or Monday about, the influence of video games and technology and kids and stuff like this. And obviously you've kind of made your mark in social media and online in that world. Do you have any thoughts on, because where people like, I guess the real reason I came up with this idea is like this kid comes out in the news and says his goal is to be a professional YouTuber. And I was wondering, from the perspective of someone who kind of makes their way in social media, like, how do you feel? Like, do you struggle with that kind of thought with kids, or do you just kind of like, like what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I guess because I grew my page so organically, it just happened. It wasn't like
Right.
a plan of mine to be like, I'm going to be,
Yeah.
infamous on
Because you
Instagram.
started that as a hobby, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I just, it's kind of a hard thing to think about for the youth to be their goal,
Yeah.
Like I've always believed in going to school or, bettering your education. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it seems to me the generation right now, because what do they call them? Social media influencers.
Yeah.
Are being influenced, I think, by a lot of things that they see, and they see like but they may not know like the story behind
Yeah.
what actually got those people, there, or whether it's legit, or whether it's been like bought, sold, and paid for.
And not everything that you see on social media is like,
real.
like real.
Yeah.
And,
No. Yeah, for sure.
And you don't see the negative, nobody's posting, the
No,
negative
you're only
stuff.
showing people
Actually,
are
some
showing what
people
they
do,
want,
they put out like when they have a breakup or I
Yeah.
always find those posts funny.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where it's just like, well, you don't want people like knowing all your dirt either, and or TMI or whatever they say. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't,
Just pick and choose your battles.
Yeah. You pick and choose your battles?
No.
Were you picking and choosing whether or not you should buzz your hair and pay fish for it?
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
Totally.
I
do mine myself.
I was gonna say, can't you do that by yourself?
Yeah, I can, but he does all the like fancy sideburn stuff. So
Oh yeah,
I
the
just roll with it.
sideburns.
You have to do the fingers and make sure they're equal.
Oh no, he uses like a chalk pencil and gets them all level.
Does he really?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
He just wants to justify himself getting paid to just buzz your head off.
It's funny because like he'll like go in the back and clean up, and like while he's getting like the new razor or whatever, and another guy would be like, "Hey, if he's not here next time, I'd like some tuna, and I'll give you the same deal."
Really?
Oh yeah, they like fight over it.
Will buzz for fish.
Yep, exactly.
Well, you do haircuts? I'll go with you. Like, oh, here's
2
like
for
an
1.
extra kingfish for you. We can make Kingfish Head Soup.
We could try it. 2 for 1.
2 for 1.
I have to bring 2 bags of fish.
Like it. Speaking of 2 for 1, you guys charter together,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how you guys originally met? Like fairly recently, but you guys are like thick as thieves.
Yeah, about a
by
year
now,
ago.
right?
The
Realistically, a year.
big dog
A year ago.
tackle shop grand opening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what? You guys just figured, hey, let's fish together.
He had free beer
Free beer,
That's how you got to do it.
and free
and
haircuts.
a koozie.
Yep. That's right.
So free beer and koozie, and then you get. That's all it takes to get Bombchelle to fish.
Will
with you all
fish
the
for
time.
beer.
I guess. I just trade off fish for haircuts and beer for fishing partners. I don't know. Yeah.
So you guys, do you charter with him?
Yeah.
You do charters. Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone calls out Father and Son Sport Fishing, they get Bombchelle too.
Yeah,
Not
if
all
they
the time.
request
They
me.
can.
If they
Yeah.
request
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Some of the cheaper people don't.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause
They have
we
to
do-
pay a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to pay
Yeah.
for the bomb.
Yep. Got to pay for the bomb.
If you want the bomb, you got to pay for the bomb.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
As well, you should though, because you're getting 2 qualified fishermen together in one day. And
What we do is we offer one trip.
Okay.
I mean, it's not fair for myself to put on because it ends up being like a spectacle because everybody wants. We do a full day trip, live bait trip, try to make everything, the best of the best we can. So everybody's happy.
they don't get the Bombchelle cooking now.
I have brought my air fryer
we
on the
have done
boat
that.
before.
On the boat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made some mean chicken wings.
Really?
That was during a tournament though.
And ceviche.
Oh yeah, I did make ceviche.
You bring it on the big boat, or you bring it on
Yeah, that was on the Viking.
Yeah.
the Viking? Yeah. You have a grill for the yellowfin, do you?
I have a grill.
Yeah. You don't ever
Yeah.
charter out the yellowfin though, right? That's just like your boat.
I have before, but I don't want the wear and tear on that boat.
I don't blame you.
You know what? Like a charter boat just starts looking like a charter boat.
Right.
So
Right.
I have one.
yeah,
You have one. You have 2, don't
and
you?
it looks like a charter boat.
yeah.
Well, the old big boat. I mean, it's an old big boat.
Yeah,
It does its daily workouts and
The Hatteras, right?
yeah, it just does its thing. And I mean, it's clean, but it's older. I'm not gonna put $1 million into a boat and just have it get beat up. You get,
exactly.
unfortunately, we don't get clients that know what they're doing a lot of times, so they're dropping stuff all over.
Right.
and so I wouldn't technically want that on a nice boat.
Yeah. Well, you got the CV now.
The CV is coming out. We're slowly working it into. We fished one tournament already with it. It was a little local tournament, and I fished it this past weekend. But every time we play with it, issues arise. So back to the drawing
Well,
board.
it's still new. Isn't it a new boat?
It's not a new boat.
It's not
It looks
new to
pretty
you.
new.
Yeah, it's been redone.
What year is it?
It's a 13.
It's a 13. Okay. The original outboards on there?
No,
No. So you've been refitted already.
those are all brand new.
Okay.
We're just doing our 20-hour service.
Okay. So you're keeping that really, you can charter in that too?
I want to do more higher end stuff, tournament stuff, like morale building charters for like company clients.
Mm-hmm.
They would basically charter us for the tournament experience and whatever. Or, I mean, Bahamas runs, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's actually, as long as everything goes well, I'm going to ship it over to Andros for about a month and a half to do some marlin fishing over there.
Nice.
So
when are we leaving?
one of my buddies actually has a little fish camp over there. He's like, hey, if you're sending that
In
over.
Andros?
Yes. So by January 1st, he'll be up and running completely. So we're going to do a little pre-fishing over there and help him bring supplies and whatnot.
So by January 1st, he's going to be up and running. And you're going to run over there when?
Probably sometime in September.
All right, so I don't have my phone on me. I was checking my calendar to see if I was available.
Yeah, they fly right there. He's got to fly to Nassau. And
Are you going too?
Can I come?
of course.
Just kidding.
No,
Oh,
we're
she gets the of course. I get the runaround.
You're the busy guy, not us. You have podcasts to worry about.
I do. What do you think of the podcast?
Why don't we do a live podcast from Andros?
We're doing a live podcast from Papa's. Thanks for the segue. September 14th.
Ooh.
Yep. And we are doing it with Henry and Zach Crockett. And I don't know if you know who those guys are. They used to play high school football here in Pompano Beach at Ely High School.
Mhm.
They both went on to play for Florida State University. Henry won a national championship at Florida State University. He went on to play for the Atlanta Falcons, appeared in the Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons. Zach went on and had a great career with the Oakland Raiders. They moved back home. They started the Crockett Foundation, which fights illiteracy in children. So we're doing a fundraiser live. It's going to be our first live feed
Cool.
podcast. No, September 14th at Papa's. Start at like 4:30, and it's basically going to be a pregame before the Florida State North Carolina game.
So we get to pop in.
You get to
At
pop
Papa's?
in. You get to pop in. You can throw the headphones on.
I can walk there.
You can walk there. Yeah. So we're doing it. We're doing it right in Ground Zero.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. We're super excited about it. And one of the things, too, we always talk about on the show is we always want to promote nonprofits because that's a big deal to me. We do a lot of supporting for Freedom Fighter Outdoors with Vinny and Sarah.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like our main charitable offering is that group. That's not to say we don't work with other groups, but those are really kind of like our main guys. So, we had them on the first ever podcast we did. We rolled out with them, and it was really great. They got to talk about taking the veterans fishing, and I know you get involved.
We
with
take them
doing that
fishing,
as well,
yep.
and so does Danco. They get involved too.
Absolutely.
And it's such like everything goes back to the veterans, and it's like they could truly say that.
Yeah.
That's why we're kind of very proud, to be handling a lot of the apparel and the design, and we're helping out in any way we can.
Well, it's pretty awesome to actually have a legit organization that really does give back.
Yeah.
Not watching the CEO drive around in an $80,000 Mercedes.
Right. Exactly. That's why you look at like organizations, like a lot of the larger organizations. And listen, I'm not like Snopes or any kind of sleuthy thing that is going to say, oh, you guys are. I'm not going to point fingers at anybody. However, a lot of the bigger organizations, like your Red Crosses, they do a lot of good, and they're there when you need them, kind of thing like that. But their CEO is getting paid $1 million, and there's a whole hierarchy of it's hard for me to
business.
support, and I think that in a lot of ways the American Lung Foundation, there's some holes in that business that I'm not really happy to see, and things like that. So it's like if I'm going to put my efforts and my time and my money or my work into an organization, it's going to be somewhere where I can actually have a hands-on, make a difference.
Plus, it's hometown.
Which is also another big thing with us too. So that's why it's so cool with this whole event that we're doing at Papa's in September with the Crockett Foundation, is that I can feel like we're sitting with them, right, and we're working with them. We're going to give them a platform to talk about literacy in children, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
You're talking to a guy that we're homeschooling our kids. We're talking them out. It's like I'm not handing my kids over to the government with the things that they're feeding them.
Yeah.
So, and it's just, I just don't like the way the whole education system is set up. And if you look at a lot of the inner city issues that are going on right now, and if I'm speaking out of turn, I apologize, but some major cities in this town, in inner cities, have a huge illiteracy problem, and where they're supposed to have a public school system set up, to combat that. We live in America, we're all paying our taxes, and we live in the greatest country in the world. There's no doubt about it. And when I hear a lot of people complain about America and the quote unquote problems that we have, I just kind of roll my eyes. And I'm like, you're an American, you don't have problems compared to a lot of the other parts of the world.
Right.
I really believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have an illiteracy problem in the inner cities, and I think that's a really big problem. And I want to kind of help in any way I can in that. So that's one of the real reasons that, everyone should know how to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough.
So, but this is not like the New Jersey school system.
That sucks too.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I've heard great things about it.
Well, I went to private school.
Where'd you go to private? All right, so Mark is from New Jersey originally.
Yeah, I really
so we're
don't-
not going to make fun of him only a little bit. We'll
I
make
don't
fun
like
of him
to
too
admit
much.
that.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up, because I know you don't like to admit it, so I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, it's tough.
You show us all your John Bon Jovi posters later.
Shh, man.
Tell me about the education system in New Jersey.
I mean, like I said, I went to public school. It was really weird. The school I went to,
Private.
oh yeah, private school. The school I went, like for high school and stuff, they didn't actually have gym. We didn't have gym. They pumped everybody to do extracurricular activities, sports, whatever. I mean, I guess it helped. I did get a baseball scholarship to college.
You did?
I did.
Where?
Yeah, little short fat guy went to play baseball at Stockton College.
Stockton.
Yeah, Richard
You were
Stockton
stocky.
College. Yeah. Shortest guy on the team.
Were you really?
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know how that feels.
No, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I think you got me beat by what?
1 inch.
1 inch.
A full inch?
A full inch.
Really?
Hey, that's big this time of year.
Yeah. Well, you just got a haircut, so I don't know. I might. So what? So you all right? So you played.
I played baseball
Right.
my whole life, I
You
guess.
didn't like the education system in New Jersey, though. Like you went all the way through high school, all the way through college. You live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't like school to begin with. That was me. Like, I always wanted to be active. Me sitting down is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's raining and I can't do anything, even this day and age, I get all antsy and stuff.
Right.
So for me, I didn't like school. And then when I got to school, I didn't even want to go to college. My dad's like, "That's your choice."
Where are you from in New Jersey?
Brigantine, right near Atlantic City, little tiny island.
Fancy.
Yeah, one way on, one way off.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, "Well, hey, waste their money. Maybe you'll actually get a degree out of it."
Right.
So that whole "I'm gonna prove my dad wrong" thing,
Uh-huh.
I buckled down. I did my 4 years, got out, and then
What happened with the base? You played baseball 4 years?
Mhm.
Really?
Yep.
What position do you play?
I caught catcher.
You're a catcher.
Yeah. Where are you gonna put the short fat guy?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, right? You ever play any sports in high school?
I actually was student government, so
You were student government?
yeah, I did track for a little bit.
I wonder why she argues.
No, I don't.
See, she's arguing with you already, right?
Yeah, I was class historian for my first 2 years, and then secretary.
Really?
Yeah,
At Springs, right?
at Coral Springs High.
Yeah. So I was student council president
Yeah.
at Gibbons.
I was a nerd.
You were a nerd? I could see that.
Top
I'm just
10% of
kidding.
my class. No, yeah,
Were you really?
yeah,
Top 10% of your class?
Mm-hmm.
See, look at that.
yep.
Now you got your own cooking
Smarty pants.
Instagram.
I know. I don't use my college degree for anything.
That makes two of us.
Where'd you go to college?
Florida Atlantic University.
FAU. You're an owl.
Fighting Owls.
That's cool. What'd you get your degree in?
Marketing. Business
You use
marketing.
your degree for yourself.
Technically, yeah.
No, you totally do. You kidding me?
Yeah,
You're a self-made woman,
I am.
right? There you go. Who
Damn.
likes to argue with Mark all the time? You guys argue about fish a
It's
lot?
like my brother.
You ever yell at him
No,
No? You ever yell at her?
he would say otherwise.
I didn't say yell, but I mean,
We'll bicker.
there's a little bit of voice raising.
Slacken your kite line. Reel it up.
Yeah.
I just don't even go there anymore.
So that's cool. So I didn't know you were so...
That's what makes you a good captain, though. You have to, you have to get down on your crew and your anglers.
There's some days I don't even know what she's doing. The next thing she's like, gaff, please. What? And yeah, it's already there.
Mhm.
She's sneaky like that. She'll turn the clicker off.
I hate the dang clicker. Yep.
I didn't know you're so involved in school like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty involved in school too. I liked high school, but I don't know. You say you didn't like high school, but I had a great time in high school. To be honest with you, it's like one of the best times of my life.
Oh, I used to have to. My parents used to have to check my car before I leave
For what?
surfboards and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I would just.
Well, see, that's how I ended up at Gibbons, because I grew up. Right, I grew up in a very Catholic household, right, and my parents, when it came to like you have to go to Catholic private school your whole life, which is whatever, it's fine, no complaints, but they're like, all right, when it came to high school, they're like, you can pick St. Thomas or you can pick Gibbons. one of the two. And I'm like, well, that school's near the beach, so I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
And it was a great decision I made, because, that's where I met a lot of the guys. Like, I have always fished my whole life. We spent our summers growing up in the Keys, heading down to Marathon. We had a timeshare down there. And then just, all summer long, my brother and my friends were always just running down to the Keys to fish. And we ended up getting a lot of friends down there. We stayed down there with the fish with them. But when I got to Gibbons, like, I really started meeting a lot of the kids that lived out east. They all lived out here in their boats. And that's really when I started fishing here.
Yeah.
Because I would always fish here off the beach and, as a kid and everything like that. But when I went to Gibbons, that's really when, and it's when I grew up in Pompano. I really grew up like out here. Like, I was from the other side of the tracks. But I spent like most of my youth in Pompano, like fishing. My first art gallery was there. It was a place called the Wild Fish Collection. And it was right there at the bridge, in the Taha Marine, that second story kind of thing up there above the marina. There's a gallery up there, and I was like 17 years old, and I walked in there. I was like, hey, you really like my stuff? And they kind of looked at me, they're like, yeah, we'll find a spot for you, which is great, because that was like the first opportunity I ever got.
That's cool.
Yeah, so.
Look where you are now.
Yeah, we're here in a room talking
Doing a
about
podcast.
fishing.
I'm in a padded room.
But, yeah, so, I mean, it was cool, going there, because, I don't know, that really kind of changed my life. And I played sports and stuff in high school. Started off playing football, and I quickly realized that was going to go nowhere because of my size. And then I wrestled for a little bit, and I ended up just playing soccer like for the remaining time. But I got really involved with doing like a lot of the big homecoming banners, and then all the clubs asked me to start designing their logos, and I was always like the class artist kind of thing. And I was so involved with all that stuff and getting so much done that they're like, hey, why don't you run for student council? And I was like, what? Like, I'm not a politician. You know what I mean? But they're like, no, dude, you're really involved with school, and people like you. I was like, all right. So I did it, and I won. I was like,
Sweet.
now what do I do? Like,
Free lunch.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. Free lunch for everybody. So, yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You like high school, or you seem like you did?
Yeah,
right?
I liked high school.
If you're involved in all those
college,
clubs and
I would
stuff.
skip my college classes a lot to go to the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you like it at FAU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's grown so much since then. I mean, we didn't
Right.
have a stadium or anything when I went.
Yeah.
So,
My niece goes there now.
yeah.
Yeah, she's from Bradenton, but
Yeah, like now they have dorms and, apartments on campus, and like none of that was there when I
they
went.
didn't have the dorms there.
Nope.
Now they're requiring, I think, freshmen that they have to stay at the dorm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for like
See, I
the
think
first
that would have
year
been
or two.
fun for me.
Mm-hmm. When
I
went to
stayed at
Ringling-
home to milk it as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
Save the money.
millennial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Play video games.
Hey, I'm going to be 30 in like a week.
Woo!
Oh,
Big time.
That's
The
right.
big 3-0 in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday!
A week and a half.
Cheers.
Yeah.
You don't have a
Cheers. It's
Deep
bad luck
Friel.
to cheers with water.
right. Dear
I need a
God.
beer.
Sorry, I forgot
What
the
time
beer.
is it?
Yeah. Well,
So upset, I forgot the beer.
we Instacart this.
Yeah. Ooh, we could.
What's that? See, it's another millennial thing. What is that?
I just learned about it
It's a
recently because
millennial.
of her.
Instacart.
Now I sound like an old man. You
Well, you know
me sound like
what?
an old man.
Uber
now.
Eats is, right?
I do know what that is.
It's kind of like an Uber Eats, but it's with groceries. They have like Publix liquor and Publix.
How fast are they?
It's life changing.
It is.
If we do it now, do you think they'll make it in time by the end of the podcast?
They're pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Order up some beer.
Let me see if I can.
Let's see if it happens.
It's linked to my home address. It's gonna show up. My husband's gonna be like, beer.
There is a
You know.
God.
Like, hey, John, have one on us.
Yeah.
Can you write a note? Like, we're in the
Yeah.
middle of a podcast.
Send a
Let's
picture.
see.
Yeah.
Enjoyed your beer.
Oh, I would need the address here. I don't know if they would deliver it to like the actual suite. They'd probably
Yeah.
be like standing
Yeah,
outside.
We'll try it later.
Yeah, we'll try it later.
Darn.
What do you think, John? Any thoughts on that? Instacart? You ever heard of that?
Yeah. So
So I'm the idiot in the room.
I just learned about
I haven't used it, but I know about it. So this person goes shopping for you. You fill out your cart, you tell them what you need. They go to the store, they buy everything for you, and then deliver it.
Like Johnny.
You could set up a
Yeah.
delivery
I
time.
pay an intern to do that.
Do we have one?
He doesn't come until 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
You have an intern that does that?
Johnny comes, 3 days a week. He goes to high school, I hear.
Nice.
Whatever.
Wait, so he can't even buy it.
He can't even buy it.
It wouldn't matter
right.
if he's
He's
here.
Actually, you know
Can't
what?
buy it.
No, these days they probably can.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
But it makes me like super lazy knowing that there's Instacart. Like I stopped going to the grocery store. I just order my groceries now.
Right. It's like Amazon Prime, same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, we
Everything's
built
on
this
Amazon.
whole room with Prime,
Pretty much.
right? And to the point where it's just like, oh, they don't have it on Amazon Prime. What are we gonna do?
Oh, there's stores around here that we can go
Right.
to.
Oh, you could just take your ass up to Best Buy and get that cable.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, we ran into a lot of that when we were building this thing, but I don't know.
It's too easy anymore.
Too easy.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Right. Can't get pink kite reels on Amazon though.
You never know.
Yeah, I heard you're fishing with pink kite reels.
Not yet. We're still waiting for delivery.
Yeah, I think they're ready. They're ready for pickup.
Yeah? Oh, you haven't fished with them yet?
No, not yet. They just
Are you
finished them.
Excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited because I don't think there's. I think Trista, one of the owners of Hooker, she's the other person who has the pink reels. So it's just her and I.
Okay.
Nobody else has them.
There you go. Exclusive.
They match the boat.
I like it.
Pink.
You like pink?
Let's not go there.
He's learned to like pink.
Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about today? All right, so what happens to your hands? You were telling me this like
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were having lunch before.
Yeah, it's called
what is this?
Raynauds Syndrome.
Raynauds?
Syndrome. Yeah, it's circulatory, I believe. But when I'm cold, then my hands go numb and eventually feels like they're being split down the middle of each one with a knife.
Wait a minute.
Very
wait a
sharp
minute.
pain.
Come on.
It's basically like my body's way of going through like a hypothermia kind of thing.
What?
So like,
In the middle of summer.
yeah, so the body heat will, get to your core, I guess, and I don't know.
Will that
Happens to
eventually like it's like you
Hard to
ever watch
explain.
Game of Thrones?
Mm-mm. No.
Oh, there's this thing in Game of Thrones where like what did they call that? Oh, when Jonah was like crackling.
Oh, the grayscale.
Grayscale. That's right. They called it
Wow.
grayscale, right? So it was almost like a zombie thing.
I'm a zombie now. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bombchelle _zombie.
But pretty
So-
much it spreads throughout your body.
Zombshell.
Hold on, write it down. Register that account right now. Bombshell. I'm gonna have to do like
Zombshell.
photoshops
Trademark, yeah.
of every. That's what we'll do. We'll do Zombshell and like every post you do, then I'll take it and I'll Photoshop you as a zombie. It'll be like a mirrored account. What do you think?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So like the blood, I guess, pulls from your extremities and it makes your fingers numb and painful.
so I was just gonna say. So it's like grayscale, where it's not like a zombie. The zombie gets you like you turn into a zombie like 20 minutes later. Like
Yeah.
but grayscale is like starts like overtaking your body,
Yeah.
and it won't eventually like
And it stops at my hands.
it stops at your
And
hands.
it happens to my feet too sometimes.
Really,
Yeah.
Why
That's
does that-
probably
why
why I
does
don't
it
go to the
happen?
grocery store. It's always cold.
it is always
I have
cold
to-
there.
So it's a
Yeah.
drastic change in temperature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it happens to me. I have a severe case of it. So it happens to me in like 75 degrees in my
Yeah.
house, I
Really,
always have to have a jacket, which makes it really awkward when you walk into like a Whole Foods in July in Florida
right.
with a hoodie
Is
on.
that why you wore a jacket today?
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So you're always mindful of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've had it for about 10, maybe 11 years now.
Oh, so you haven't always had it.
No.
When the
No.
first time that happened, did
They
that
say
you
it's
freak
most
out?
common in women in their 20s to 30s. So I'm hoping by next week
It's just going to go away on
it's
your
just going
birthday.
to go away.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. No more rain on.
Will it eventually
I'll
go
let
away?
you guys know. I hope so.
Yeah. Yep.
But like I said, I have a severe case of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're
Like
not hopeful.
But it's crazy because I posted it on my Instagram not too long ago and I had
Oh, you did?
tons of messages like, that's what I have. I had no idea what it was called. So, I'm not the only one.
That's cool.
She's
not-
also an educator.
I'm not lonely in this.
Also, not only do I have a marketing degree from FAU, I also explain scientific things like Raynauds.
I have no idea how to explain it. When people ask me, I'm like, my hands are white.
So you don't really. I mean,
Like
I have
I've
this thing
seen
called
doctors
Horner's.
for it. Yeah.
Really?
Like
And what do they say?
not a lot of doctors know about it. It's weird.
It's like a
There's
rare thing, right?
Yeah, there's no way to really.
and it's not life threatening.
No.
So
I would
it's
hope
not common. So probably chances are there's no one out there really researching it. There's
Yeah.
just no like money involved. In,
Yeah, like they put me on a circulatory medication at one point, and I was on it for like a year, and I never really saw a difference. So
Yeah. It's like I have this thing called Horner syndrome, right? And
horny syndrome.
I have horny. Oh my God. What are you looking at me like that for, Mark?
It's the other way around.
He's like,
you're
you
freaking
do?
me
So
out.
do I. I have the same thing.
So that's what they
How
call
long
it.
have you had it? I've had it since I was 13.
About the same. Is that when you get it?
So it's Horner syndrome. So it's this thing where it's like my eye won't dilate, right? Every now and then I'll get it. And when I first had it, I thought it was like, is it allergies? And then it got worse. I'm like, is it pink eye? And it wasn't pink eye. So I went up to my regular eyeglasses doctor. I'm like, check this out. Like, what does this look like to you? And he's like, interesting. You're going to have to go see this specialist. He goes, I think I know what it is, but I don't want to say anything. Like, what the hell kind of response is that, right? Am I going to die because of my eye? I don't know. Right, so I go to this specialist. And he goes, interesting. You're going to have to go see this other specialist. I'm like, what is it? And he goes, well, I think it's this Horner syndrome, but I can't tell for sure because it's so rare. I'm like, okay. So I go to this other doctor in West Boca, and I get there, and this dude is getting followed around by like 7 white coats, all like clipboards. I'm like, man, what the hell do I have? Right? It was like, why do I need to be somewhere where I'm just being observed like a piece of meat? So, guy comes running in the room. He goes, oh yeah. With a light in my eye. He goes, yep, mm-hmm. And then he goes like this. He turns and he starts talking to the 7 white coats, like the interns or whatever there. And he goes, so what we have here is Horner syndrome, blah, blah. And he's like explaining it. And he goes, they're like looking at me like, oh, and they're all like looking in my eye like, hi, my name is Dennis. It's nice to meet you all. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? So when he goes,
I'm still here.
Yeah, right. There's one nerve that goes back, like past my temple, behind my ear, down my neck, back of my back, underneath my armpit, right, up to my chest, up to the front of my neck, through my face, and back into my eye. Like one looping nerve. And if that nerve gets pinched or irritated or whatever like that, and it doesn't always happen in anybody, it's very extremely rare, that can cause your eye not to dilate. That's all it is. It's like, but for like the longest time, I was like, what the hell?
How they fix that?
They don't, that's so rare, and like it doesn't happen, and that they're like, oh. So he goes like this, he goes, put your head back, right? And he just puts these eye drops in my eye. He goes, all right, go wait in the lobby for about an hour, and we'll call you back in. So I go in there, and I sit there, and I'm like, what did he give me? I was like getting like a little jittery, right? Or like that, you know, at the time I was a smoker. So I'm like outside, I'm like smoking, like chain smoking. the hell he give me, right? So I go inside, and he goes, Dennis, I'll see you again. I'm like, oh, they know my name. Cool. Right?
About time.
So I go in there, and the 7 coats are there, and he goes like that, and he goes, see, the cocaine worked. I'm like, excuse me? And he goes, yep. He goes, I'm like, what did you put in? He goes, oh, that was just some sort of mixture of cocaine solution and blah, blah, blah. That's the cure.
They put cocaine in your eye.
That's it. They put cocaine in my eyeball, basically to fix like medicinal cocaine. I don't know. But yeah, that was the fix to that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my Horner syndrome.
I haven't tested that out for
So
my
maybe if you
Raynauds.
put cocaine, just rub some cocaine like in your hands, it might work. You never know.
I'll let you
Cocaine
know.
to fix all drug.
Right.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll want to start fishing with pink kite reels.
He'll be so jittery on the boat, we'll be dropping him in the water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how with father and son? Like, does your dad still fish with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys run the charter together?
No.
No.
He
doesn't really run the charter. He just fishes.
Yeah. He
Okay.
just, I mean, I grew up fishing with my dad.
In New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's
That's all.
Brigantine.
Pretty much.
Did I say that right?
You know, we used to go, well, we had a boat down here too, but we used to run out to the canyons all the time, tuna fishing and stuff like that. Fished a lot of the tuna marlin tournaments up there. It just, running 90 miles to start fishing just never made sense to us. So that's why we started fishing down here so much. And we really stopped. I mean, from when I turned 15 on, we've never fished in Jersey anymore. We just come down here.
Okay.
So
Where did you guys come down originally to
Between
Florida?
the Keys and Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
We had a 42 post down behind Worldwide Sportsman
Mm-hmm.
in Alamorada. And then we had a little center console up here and just used to come down. My mom worked for Spirit Airlines, so we used to fly for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was cool.
How convenient.
Oh, yeah. There may have, my dad pushed her into that a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah, so I did a lot of marine repair stuff. I had a marine repair shop up in Jersey for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Really kind of hated it. Loved fishing.
When you say that, I picture like the typical Jersey, like one unit piece, like, you know, like you got like grease back hair and your sleeves all rolled up. And
Yeah, I put my cigarettes in my
cigarette
sleeve.
hanging,
Yeah.
Well, so you have any tattoos?
Of course I have tattoos. I hide them.
Yeah, it's fine. So you're a repairman in Jersey.
Yeah,
I know one of his tattoos.
I'm not going to let that go.
It's on his nipple.
No. You have a nipple tattoo?
Actually,
He
I
he
don't.
covered his nipple.
It's gone.
He doesn't have a nipple. Is what you're saying.
Your nipple's gone?
It's tattooed over completely. Like most people, like have a chest piece and they go around the nipple.
Right.
I didn't. Right through it.
You know what question comes next, right?
Can I see it?
You mind lifting your shirt from you?
There's a camera right there.
want to see it?
Right in there. Right there we go.
Yep.
You need a little nipple.
I can see.
Just see
It's
it.
covered though.
Yeah, what is that? Like a bird? Or is it just,
It's biomechanical artwork.
Are you
biomechanical?
sucking in?
Yeah.
He's like,
he
Yeah, of
did
course.
suck it in it when I was. Did you see that?
I know about this whole camera
Show
thing.
you
And how it
Working
works.
out? You working out lately?
Angles.
Absolutely not. No, it's been too damn hot.
that's funny.
I need to start working out.
I try that every once in a while. It doesn't go well.
I just want to make my back feel better. Really, I just figure if I just start working out, then I'll maybe.
I just go to
feel a little bit better.
chiropractor
Do you?
3 days a week.
Does he accept fish?
Nobody except my insurance.
There you go. That's good. So, another thing I want to talk about while you guys are here, because one of the whole points of this show is clean water, right? And like, I don't care, like in my mind, because if you think differently about it, then I don't know if like she should be on the show, but with clean water, right? Anyone who makes a living on the water like you guys do, you got to be an advocate for clean water, right? Do you guys have any thoughts on, what should be happening right now? I mean, I know Governor DeSantis, I think, is doing a great job so far, and I think the previous regime was really like a huge failure. But, what I want to do is I want to educate myself a little bit more on the matter. I think I know a decent amount about it, but, there's always like until the problem really like truly gets solved. Can you guys talk about like what your thoughts are on just clean water or actually keeping the environment intact? And, sometimes there can be a overreach on that. Like some of the things that they want to do with the reefs, you know what I mean? And trying to like take away the fishing areas and stuff like that, which I don't necessarily agree with.
Yeah.
You guys tell me a little bit how you guys feel about just the environment and the balance of it.
Well, I mean, to go with like the reef thing, I do feel like certain fisheries are overfished.
Like where?
Right in our own
Home.
backyard.
Yeah.
I don't agree with. So let's go back to kingfish. Yeah, they're there and there's a lot, but when we're doing charters and stuff now, a lot of people are getting educated and kingfish is really not that edible. Like you can't just take it out of your freezer, thaw it out, throw it on the grill and have dinner. You got to go smoke it or do
Milk it or
Well, you
Yeah.
can, but it won't be that good.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of these charter boats are, if they catch the limited kings, they're going to limit out every day. Where me, hey, do you guys want this before I stick a gaff through its head?
Right.
All right, now cool. Here, you can still take a picture, stick your hand in the gills, hold the tail, and then we'll fire it back. Especially the little ones, little rat kings, get rid of them. Yeah, I mean, when we're tournament fishing, a little different story, but it's not a tournament every day.
Right.
So, and even in tournaments,
Even during a tournament, though.
we throw the little ones back. If it doesn't look like it's gonna weigh, go
Yeah,
away.
if it's on the borderline of the 10 pounds,
Right.
it's
Right. And I was in a tournament this summer, and it was obviously a 5-pound king. And I just kind of shook it off and rattled off and it swam away. And he's like, "What are you doing?" He said, "We're in a tournament." I'm like, "That fish wasn't weighing, buddy. I'm sorry."
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not going to not going to qualify.
He's like,
Right.
"Well, we could. It doesn't matter. We're in a tournament." And I'm like, "Dude, it's focus on the lines that are out.
I would like to drop some artificial reefs, and start giving back to the ocean.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one group that we're kind of, I don't know if we're really 100% involved with them yet, but they've asked us to get involved. That I need to research a little bit more about their project, but it's called the 1,000 Mermaids Project.
Oh yeah.
You heard about them with he actually came in here. Evan Snow actually came into the studio and did a podcast from here
Cool.
a couple months ago. So that's I want to kind of look into that a little bit more, because with the artificial reef thing, there's always like, is it legit or are they doing it the right way? So I just kind of want to pick through that a little bit more. But so far, everything that I've read about them seems to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Something's got to help.
Yeah. No, I'm a big advocate of the artificial reef.
I mean, we fished together. Her gaff skills on a balloon is off the hook.
Come on.
Why do you say
You're a good
that?
balloon gaffer too?
Yeah. Yeah, we've picked up quite a few balloons
Yeah,
before.
absolutely.
That's sad.
Yeah. The Mylar ones are,
Yeah.
that's, Liz was saying, like, I got home from work. It was a couple of weeks ago. It was like just before Sean's birthday. And she's like, our neighbor in the back, like, she goes, you literally walked out the sliding glass door like that and just like let the balloons go and like shut his door and like walk into his house.
Yeah.
And that goes right to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I've always been an advocate that, all right, I'm not all for the extreme global warming, blah,
Yeah.
the whole argument like that.
agree.
And I believe that the climate change, maybe some things are changing, whether it's humanly influenced, or that's maybe up for debate. But I definitely think that there's things that people can do just to be more responsible.
Well, I got in an argument with a charter client one time when we went to leave the inlet. Our big boat's diesels took off. Well, you can ask all the tree hugger people you want that diesel exhaust is actually puts out less emissions.
Hashtag tree hugger, by the way.
Right, that's right. Less emissions than a gasoline engine. I sat there, argued for a little while, and I'm like, you know what? This is just not. So then her husband climbed up to the tower. He goes, I just Googled it. You were right. He goes, but I'm going to wait until after we get off your boat to tell her.
No.
Yeah. I was like, yes. She didn't tip us. But
No tip.
nope, not that time. They also don't like, well, I also have, with that too, but I have a sign on my boat that says that captain and crew can carry a firearm. Legally here in Florida, you can anyway if you have a concealed carry.
Right.
But I want everybody to feel comfortable that they either, yes, they know and they're comfortable with it, or they're uncomfortable, but it's the law and we're going to do it anyway.
Right.
You never know what you can run in out there.
Wasn't there a guy on the West Coast, a charter captain, who like got drunk during his own charter, and then he pulled a gun out on his client?
Yes. That was like a couple months ago.
crazy.
Yep.
Sarasota.
Was it Sarasota?
Sarasota. But there was
What
also
happened with that? I mean, was it as simple as that? He was just drunk? And
Yeah, he was hammered.
That's all
is there
I know.
another
he
story
didn't
behind
pass a
it?
drug test either.
Jeez.
But then there was also up in Destin, they were off, like way offshore, and clients took the captain and mate hostage with knives and gaffs because they weren't catching any fish after they got all wasted.
Come on.
So I feel like
This is why Amanda and Emily, they only take out families.
yes,
Like,
yeah,
for stories like that.
yeah,
You
and
know?
it can happen.
I mean, you don't want them taking it. I mean,
I've
what happens if they take out like some guys on a bachelor party, or
That's
even
exactly why I don't. Yeah, I
just
think about those like
seriously,
like a team of 6 guys and then just me.
right? I mean, it's
Dude,
insane.
so even when like Michelle charters with us, I still have a mate that works alongside.
Yeah, like
So
I'll be a secondary maid.
she's
a lot
not-
of the time they want me to fish. Like they just
Yeah.
want
Right.
to fish with me.
Right.
So yeah.
That's only for a contest. You win a contest for that, right?
No, our,
No.
Fish with Bombchelle.
You want to fish with me? No.
Like, no, screw that. I don't want to fish with people.
Well, there's been other times where the mate was a little bit seasick and then I had to take over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't name names.
It's all good. Happens to the best of us, right, Mark?
Yeah.
that's only when I'm hungover.
Right. So you were just destined. So what happened with that?
Well, they ended up hitting the distress button on their VHF and the
Okay.
Coast Guard. But yeah, it was like a legit event.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little
because
over
they
a year.
weren't catching fish.
Yeah, because it was a slow day. And right now, I mean,
I'm gonna do that next time to Mark.
Are you kidding me?
And I mean, right now it's pretty slow here now anyway. So I'm like,
Yeah. Dude, we better start catching fish or ain't like
I
good
know.
for you.
That's why he's got a firearm.
Yep. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you were just up in Alabama though, right?
Yeah,
How you like it? I've never fished in that area.
I like it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. The golf is so different from our
You still got to
coast.
run out far there though.
Yeah, we ran about 40 miles. It's not the 90 that
Yeah, it's not so
Mark
bad,
did in
yeah.
Jersey, but yeah, it was quite a hike when the seas were actually pretty rough 2 of the days that we
Really?
went out. Yeah, we had a few people that were sick on board, and
How often do you go up there?
that was actually my second time. I was there 4th of July week.
Mm-hmm. What are you catching up
So,
there?
Mostly red snapper, American red snapper. But snapper season ended there, or ends what day is it? Is it August yet?
No, almost.
It ends
Tomorrow.
It ends
Tomorrow?
tomorrow. Then, or
Yeah.
today.
Mom's
Today's the
birthday.
last day.
John knows every day on the calendar right now because he's
Yeah.
going to Europe soon.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm stressing
Stressing
out.
Counting the days.
Yeah, well, counting the days against him because he hasn't done
I'm not
shit
prepared. I'm going away for like the entire month, and I haven't packed or got anything ready yet. I'm stressing. I'm trying to
sounds like
find the time to put everything together.
And here we are taking up your time.
Yep.
He works with.
Let's
yeah.
talk about what you're gonna pack.
Yeah, hey, John. What kind of deodorant do you use?
Dove.
Toothpaste.
Dove. There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got to go to St. Augustine for the Meat Mayhem.
Yep.
Coming up because he works with Jimmy, and then he's going on the river cruise in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Something
cute.
I've never been to Europe. So have you ever been to Europe?
Yeah,
You have?
Amsterdam, and actually,
Nice.
was it a year ago? We did a moorings, like rented a 50-foot power cat.
Really?
Yeah, myself, my husband, and 3 other couples. So we all stayed on the boat, and we island hopped the Mediterranean.
Get out.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Yep.
Really?
A lot of those islands you can only take ferry to get there, so
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty cool.
What was your favorite spot?
I like this island called Delos. It had a lot of like ancient ruins, and
Sounds Greek.
we hiked it. Yeah, it was Greek. It was very Greek. Saw like Cleopatra's old house, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was super cool.
Nice.
So we did
Like a
Santorini the
4-3
first
ranch
day.
style?
And, no,
Wait, picket fence.
Like picket fence,
it was just stone.
water slide. All
Lots
right.
of stone. But yeah, and then all our friends, the last day, I think we did like 9 days on the boat. All our friends flew back home, and
Mm-hmm.
we had a travel hacker that we had paid like $100 for before the trip. And
What's a
they
travel
basically-
hacker?
They hack the best prices, whether it's airlines or hotels and stuff. But they basically said it would be cheaper for us to fly somewhere else and stay there for like 3 days and then to fly home than it would be if we just did an immediate flight home that day.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it was like cheaper certain days of the week to fly, or that's what they do.
That's cool.
So yeah, we went to Amsterdam for 3 days. It was
Nice.
fun. The weather was kind of crappy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be going there.
right.
So we're flying into Paris because it's cheaper to fly into Paris than into Amsterdam. So we
Yeah.
fly into Paris, and then we take a train from Paris to Amsterdam. We're going to spend 1 day there, and then the next day we get on our cruise and we go up to England, up around Scotland, Ireland, and then back to Amsterdam.
That's
And we're going to spend a couple days in Amsterdam when we get back, and then take the train back to Paris, spend a few days there.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Like
Long
every
trip.
We're a couple of losers.
Yeah.
You ever been to Europe?
Nope.
I mean, neither. My wife went to Barcelona, and now she's like, "Oh, we got to go back. We got to go back." You know what
Yeah,
I
when
mean?
I get
And-
up. I mean,
yeah.
we had a couple days to do, one place, and otherwise I would have picked somewhere like Barcelona or Paris. But I don't think you can do those places in like 2 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Like
Amsterdam's
Amsterdam was
cool.
just known for like, actually there was a really cool fishing village outside of like, I guess, the main city. I don't
Okay.
know. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, we went there and you have to have like pickled herring and
Was it good?
no,
That's not in her recipe book.
that will not be in my recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like smoked
Kingfish?
eel. No, smoked eel, pickled herring, They have a fish called dorado, but it's not a mahi. I don't
Right.
know. I don't even know what it looks like.
I always find that interesting, like the different names of fishes, like around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
but
What kind of fish was it? You know?
I don't know. I have to look that up. One was a sea bass. One was, I don't know, they give you a plate like a sample of like
Right.
all the different
It
local
was like
fishes.
tapas kind of like
Yeah, kind
way?
of.
Yeah. That's cool.
But,
I want to go to Europe.
So that was
Yeah.
cool. We did
You
that.
travel a lot though, don't
Yeah,
you?
I do.
You do.
Like I've been out of the
You're like a
country I
seasoned
think
traveler.
11 times this year already.
This year?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So you're going to Costa Rica.
yep.
I know that, right? Because you got family in Cabos.
Yes.
And you're going to Panama.
Panama I did in January.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Where
go to
else?
Cabo a couple times a year
Okay.
for tournaments.
Right.
With pelagic.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Costa's.
What about Guatemala? Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
Because I'm going to be going there soon. I don't have a date set yet, but it's happening. I have a...
Am I going for a podcast?
Yes, John, you're
We're all
going for a
invited.
podcast, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, we are actually.
I want to go to Hawaii. I think that's
I'm
next on the
dying to
list.
go to Hawaii. You've never been there?
No.
I've never been there either.
I
You been to Hawaii?
Nope.
We have a tournament with pelagic. They do a marlin tournament called the Marlin Magic. I want to say it's in June.
Okay.
So I'll likely be doing that next year.
Very
It's out
cool.
of Kona.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been on my bucket list for a while.
Yeah, Hawaii's on my bucket list too, big time. Guatemala is we have a relationship with Pacific Fins Resort. And we're going to be doing some work with them, so we're going to be flying down there pretty soon with Ozzy Delgado. And but also there was another trip that I'm still kind of on the fence on to go down to Casa Vieja with
That's
Randy
mine.
Tao.
That's my next plan.
So Randy asked us to go down with him this time around. I'm just trying to see if I can work it out. So I'm dying to go to Guatemala. I mean, I hear the fishery there is just it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. There was another Nicaragua opportunity that I had to go into. So, but I guess with Nicaragua, it's kind of weird. You got to kind of catch it at the right time of the political year
Yeah.
kind of place.
Yeah.
I remember one
That's
time we had a
true.
trip all lined up, and they're like, "Oh, the trip is not going to happen now."
It's like Cuba.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Did you hear something? Speaking of Cuba, that they're talking about opening up the fishery
I thought they did already.
to so we could just run down there. Did
I
they open that up?
I heard there was talk, but I just knew somebody that kind of went through there and it didn't. They didn't even want to let them leave with fishing rods.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
No, I just said they're like, well, we're just going home, like back to the States, and they're like, you better just go straight home, type
Right.
deal. But I talked to them at ICAST when I was up there.
How many miles is it for a boat ride?
Oh, 90 miles from Havana to Key
Yeah.
West.
the Keys.
So,
I mean,
It's
I've
like
done
going to Jersey.
right. It's like,
Fishing out of
it's like a
Jersey.
day in Jersey.
I've done stuff like when the Lucas Oil Powerboat did the to Cuba and back run. I was one of the support boats for that. So I've been down there a few
So
times.
you've been to Cuba.
Mhm.
How you like it?
It's cool. I mean, I went a lot more when I was younger because we used to fish Isla Mujeres a lot,
Right.
and when we'd come back from there, we'd make a pit stop
Mm-hmm.
in Cuba, and then come home.
How many times you been down to Mujeres?
I haven't been down in a while,
Right.
but when I was like 15, 16, 17, we used to go at least twice a year.
All right. I need to get some coordinates from you guys. Because, well, no.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. So I have a whole series I call the coordinate series,
Okay.
where I'll paint the fish and have them intertwined with the lettering and the numbers and stuff like that of the actual coordinates. Where, so I'm always looking for like legit coordinates like throughout the world, because I can get coordinates here all day long. And then
Yeah.
how many times can I do a painting with the number 26 in it? You know, so it's like,
It's old.
you need some new numbers. You know, so
Didn't
Yeah.
you do the coordinates thing with the 365 fish project?
yes,
Yeah.
I did, and actually that was you guys know about that project? So in 2016, I was challenged by Derek Redwine. Did it in 2015, and by the time he was done the year, I'm like, "You're insane." He's like, "Yeah, I bet you can't do it." Whatever, he, like challenged me. Like, I'm doing it. Fine, you said that to me. I'm freaking, I'll do it. And then what it is basically I committed every day of the calendar year to do one 8x10 drawing,
Oh, wow.
like full color illustration, which sounds fun for like the first month, but then it's like life takes over, and you have some days where it's like you can't draw or you're just busy, and especially when you're already doing it for a living.
Yeah.
So to do one every day for the entire calendar year is a daunting task. So you got to think of all these different ideas to do because you don't want it to be just like, all right, how many times can I draw sailfish for this project? And how many times can I draw blue marlin or whatever? So or mahi, and so you got to start thinking of like all these other different species, and then you also don't want the thing to look like just a fish ID chart at the end of the year. Like when you look at the whole spread, at the end of the year, you want to have a bunch of cool different things. Yeah. So you're always coming up with different ideas, and that was one of the ideas I came up with. It's like, well, the coordinate series, like within it, you know what I mean? So I did probably about 15 of them, you know, but I was getting coordinates from guys all over the world.
That's
you know,
cool.
Yeah, so say, hey, what's a decent, like, you don't have to give me your spot. Just give me like a general coordinate for that. So within that project, we came up with like a whole artist series because you get, I don't want to say you get bored, right? But you get kind of like, you know, what am I going to do now? You know what I mean? It's like, here, we're in October. I got like 3 months left of this, you know, like every day. Like, so at that point, I'm like, I came up with the artist series, which from A to Z, I picked a famous artist. I emulated the style of that artist. That's like cool. When I came to P, I did one like a fishing painting, like a Picasso. You know what I mean? So like the fins all over the place kind of thing, and you know whatever. So Andy Warhol, I did like 3 cans of tuna fish, like instead of like the Campbell soup, or whatever. So it was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So give me your coordinates.
I think I can find some.
Yeah. So it's work related. When you're not fishing, which is like every day, right?
Close to it, right? What does Bombchelle do on your day off? Your nails? Because you remember the one time you said, oh, I'm getting my nails done, right? Yeah. Like Justin.
The maintenance.
Jumbo next door gets his nails done, so he wanted to talk to you about that later when we were offline. So I'm not kidding. I was kidding. No, I only say that because I would just want to poke fun because I think a lot of people, like you said that you've gotten some criticism about, like in the past, about not, like people taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. Like that you
that just comes.
Yeah, you probably caught more fish than most guys I know.
This comes with being a woman in the industry. Yeah.
You get a lot of people hating on you about that stuff?
Not as much as I did in the beginning.
In the beginning it was tough?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think now,
I think there's, but the thing is, there's so many women who fish that, you know, put it out there on social media that it's like, if one person does, you know, a bad gaff shot or something, now it's like it makes us all look bad. Like they kind of put us all in, you know, one category. So
why do you think that is, though?
I don't know.
I mean, I had Stan and Chris on here a couple days ago. We talked about female anglers. Can't remember how that came up, but both of them being professional captains, and I don't know if you experienced this too or not. We're like, we love when we see a woman step on board because those turn out to be the best anglers. Yeah, you know, they got more of a sensitive touch and they're more better listeners. They're more patient. You know, things like that. You know,
it's just kind of weird to me. Like all men and women have hands. It's all you really need. You know, it's like I don't know. It's kind of silly.
That's the thing. It's like I've always been perplexed. I know so many female anglers that are great. You know what I mean? And yeah,
it's the not so great ones on social media now that are running it.
Yeah, it makes us all look bad, I think.
Yeah.
I won't name names once again.
Oh, I'd fire off a whole bunch.
Go, Mark.
Name names. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That thought always perplexed me that, you know. Yeah. But you're fishing all over the world. Yeah. Right? You've got great experience like all over the place. What's your favorite?
There's always things to learn. It's not like I'm never like, oh, well, I know.
I teach Mark stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
me too.
He just taught me how to tie my shoes.
There you go. No slack.
Are these your shoes?
These are my shoes.
These are Dennis's shoes.
They're his workout shoes.
They're Velcro. He doesn't need to know how to tie them.
These are my shoes. I do the podcast barefoot. These are Sean's first ever shoes.
That's cute.
Yeah, the little Sperry topsiders. So my boy, it's you know, my son was born 2 months early, and premature. He was like 3 pounds 7 ounces when he was born, and whenever a baby is born, it usually drops a little in weight. So he dropped all the way down to 211. Yeah, and it was like insane. It was like the weirdest
my
time.
My nephew was the same.
Really?
Yeah, 3 months ago. He was born super early. I think he was just under 2 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's scary.
Scary.
But with modern medicine, I mean, people, you know, the workers at the hospital, the nurses and everything, they just,
Those NICU nurses are angels sent from
yeah,
heaven.
they are. They know
I'm
what they're
telling you.
doing.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of the weirdest experiences in my life. You know, obviously scary because my son's life is in danger.
Yeah.
You know,
And
but
then you don't get to bring him home and see him every day like, you know,
Yeah.
like you should.
37 days in the NICU. So we were going over there twice a day.
How
for
is he now?
37 days. Pain in the ass.
So he's fine.
He's fine. But he was little. But he was healthy like the whole time, you know. I mean, thank God, by the grace of God, but like they can't let him out of the hospital until they're 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I guess by law or whatever. I remember the first thing that happened.
FWC regulations.
Yeah, right. FWC, exactly.
It's the size limit.
FDOT requires, you know,
Yep.
no cracks in the bridge. Yes, I remember that night. Like, it was really scary. And the NICU nurse comes over like, oh, so we're having a baby night? So what we're going to do is we're going to have the baby, and I'm going to put him in my pocket, and I'm going to walk him over to the NICU, and we're going to continue. And I'm like, what? She's like, we do this all the time. Don't worry about it. And like, actually, when she said that, it actually really made me relax. I was like, wow, you just made a joke during the most crucial,
Yeah.
crazy part of my life.
You're going to put my baby in your pocket.
Yeah. And I'm like, what did you just say? Yeah, but it's cool, man. And we haven't looked back since. So, yeah, those are his shoes. So, these are his first shoes. And that was really kind of a very important day for me, like when I was first able to put these on him.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, you're still kind of like in my kid's preemie mode, you know, because they say they don't really catch up until like 18 months.
Yeah.
You know, so when we put these on him, that was really kind of like a watershed moment for me. So it's kind of why I put them on the table.
Aw.
So you make fun of me all you want, Bombchelle. Put in your pipe and smoke it. No.
What you got?
Apparently he's got cocaine.
What you got?
He's got cocaine for his eye.
Well, that's what we say around here. That's a big thing. We do drug tests. And if you don't bring a joint to the interview, then you fail.
Oh yeah, that's another thing about Amsterdam. If you go to a coffee shop is smoking. But if you go to a cafe, that's where you have coffee.
Yeah.
So make sure you get that right.
Yeah.
So it's called coffee shop in plain
Coffee
English?
shop.
All right.
Yeah, the coffee shop is
So
marijuana.
how many times did you go to the coffee shop?
Just a couple.
Just a couple.
A day.
You have to do it.
So is there like a
everyone's
menu?
doing it?
Is there a menu of
Yeah.
all different kinds of things on there?
They're all kind of different, but yeah, there's
Like purple haze?
they'll
and
roll
like-
them for you, roll a joint for you.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Sounds fancy.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
But the place that we went to, my husband and I ran in. It was right by the place that we had dinner that night. It was raining, so we're like, let's just go to the closest one. I mean, they're everywhere. But we go to this place, and there were no backs to the chairs. It was like a bunch of stools, like bar stools, and I just saw everyone kind of like leaning back.
Come on.
Maybe it was just me because it was a little high, but it was like the place was just really weird.
All of a sudden, the chairs melted
Everyone's
into the
like-
floor.
Everyone's like kind of leaning, like yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that wouldn't work well for Mark. He likes to lean.
Yeah. It'd fall right over.
So that's cool. Coffee shop. I want to go to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Not because of that story.
I've never actually done it. I'm paranoid
Done
as
what?
it is.
Coffee shops?
Yeah. Weed.
You've never smoked weed?
pot?
No.
Oh, you should have told me. I could have been more prepared for this podcast.
It's now a
We-
podcast.
We could have done something monumental here today, Mark.
No thanks.
Oh, that's so much more fun than beer.
Well, all right. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I get freaked out just with, just thinking people have that stuff on my boat sometimes freaks me out. So, let alone
Now I'm gonna bring it next time.
next one.
Look
possibly
what I
getting
Yep.
getting tested or something out. It's
Yeah.
not worth it for me to lose.
Well, with the
everything.
captain's license, you need to
Yeah.
be on the up and up. You know, there was a thing like how often you go to the doctor?
Well, ever since
You
my
got to
boat-
go like at least once every 5 years for your checkup,
right. But after my motorcycle accident, I got to go kind of often because I got pretty banged up. But
Your what?
I was in a motorcycle accident
When?
4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't smoke weed after that?
Nope. I drank a lot more.
What happened? You know, everybody I know, that's one thing I won't do. I won't ride a motorcycle because everybody that I know that's ever ridden a bike is not with us anymore or has been in some sort of accident.
Yeah.
Like they've either laid that thing down at least once.
Well, it's
And
not.
that- it scares the hell out of me.
It's funny when I first got my motorcycle license. The guy goes, "It's not if you're gonna go down. It's when."
When? Right.
So yeah,
My sister has a motorcycle. It always
Really?
freaks my mom out.
Yeah.
But she's also a pilot. She's like, Mom, I have a better chance of crashing the plane. I don't know.
Oh, that
I'm like,
makes
well,
me
that
feel
really made her
better.
feel better.
I don't know. I'd be more scared about the motorcycle anymore. I won't ride anymore. I can't even.
You
get on
won't
a-
ride anymore,
Nope,
right?
absolutely not.
It was a pretty bad accident.
Mhm.
What happened?
I had a lady cut me off. She ran a red light.
Of course, it was a woman.
Of course.
I bounced off the side of her car and I found,
Little hands. They can't hold a weird.
I found the biggest palm tree in the area.
Really?
Slammed right into
Kissed it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it split the helmet off my head.
Come on.
Now he has like a lingering cough.
Yeah. My left lung has so much scar tissue in it that I only have like 43% usage of it.
Are you kidding me?
I broke 11 ribs and 8 of them punctured that lung.
Man, we're falling apart here.
You broke 11 ribs?
It sucked.
How long did it take you to recover from that?
Almost a year to be like fully aware.
Oh my God.
Like every now and then, like I can like move around and like things pop and make some funny noises. I dislocated my hip. I dislocated my shoulder, broke my collarbone, severe concussion, broke a bunch of fingers. I separated my wrist. I don't know if you've ever seen.
Did you know all this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What?
That's kind of why I'm smiling. I'm not that mean, but I'm like,
I
he
was
did.
looking at you. I'm like, man, this
Yeah, I
He
was.
absolutely
this
did.
sadistic stuff going on to the left of me here.
Oh, he's
She's
fine
like
now.
laughing
Yeah,
and smiling
I
at
had
all
some
this.
internal bleeding, so they put me out for a couple days. It's really weird wrecking on Friday and waking up on Tuesday.
That's scary.
I will
How long
not touch a bike, especially down here.
No
Like-
way.
It'll be 4 years this year.
4 years.
Yeah, so it's not like
So you were
Fresh,
living down.
but-
This happened down here?
in Daytona.
Daytona. Oh, there you go. Daytona.
Is your head okay?
It's never been okay.
Everyone gets wrecked in Daytona.
Yeah. Well, this was New Smyrna, but yeah.
Wow. Thank God you're still with us.
It was rough.
We wouldn't have a podcast today.
You would. You'd be down a guy. I was taller actually after that. I'm just kidding.
They gave you an extra rib by accident.
No, but
Stretched him out
Wow,
a
you
little.
broke 11 ribs.
yeah. So we fished on Saturday and it was like 300 degrees out, 1,200 feet of water, and we're slinging mahi in the boat. I'm like, my hand on the gun, I'm going, oh, I'm gonna die because I couldn't breathe, and we also didn't have any water left. But
Maybe pot would help your lungs.
Yeah. It
no,
might.
they said I shouldn't be
It might.
smoking anything. I used to smoke cigars. I love smoking cigars,
Ugh.
and I like now if I do it, I'm for 2 days. I'm coughing up.
So you have a lot of issues now.
It's my lungs, and there's a lot of scar tissue in my lung. So the cough now is getting worse, and they found that there's like they thought it was a mass at first, but it's really just scar tissue now.
Mm-hmm.
If I breathe in and I breathe out, it'll move, and it'll actually close off my lung. So like it feels like I'm getting choked.
Yeah, I wouldn't be smoking anything if I were you.
You ever get like a dry mouth where like the back of your throat, like it makes you cough? That's what
Right.
I get. It feels like that. But realistically, my lung's shutting off.
Wow.
So
All right, no pot for you.
Serious.
you can. There's more for you guys.
Yeah.
But
well, we could do other things for you. The
Like
you-
put cocaine in your
right, we'll
eyeball.
put back- I know where you can go and this place in Boca. All you gotta do is like make sure your eye doesn't dilate.
Yeah, so
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
it's all right.
Are your ribs sore still like ever? Do you?
Not really sore. Like I get like so where my shoulder separated and stuff. Like
Mhm.
some mornings I'll get up and like it pops itself kind of back into place
Right.
because when it cracked the socket when it separated.
Ouch.
Ow.
Mm-hmm. And like my one finger they had to put back together where you can see right there, so I can't straighten it out.
Mhm.
So I'm really good at like pointing around stuff.
Wow. You should be a police officer
Yes.
at one point in New Jersey. Yeah. Is that another reason why you just feel the need not to?
No, I mean it helps, but
Yeah.
that's a thing in the past. So
What are your thoughts though, as a former police officer? Like, can you talk like freely about this, about the legalization of marijuana?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
We're really going there.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Connected by water.
It's connected by weed.
So here, since we're going all this crazy stuff, so my little sister, when she was sick, she was one of the first people in New Jersey to be able to smoke marijuana.
Okay.
When she had cancer. So, on that aspect, I don't know if I can say it, but I would have shook
say
people.
whatever you want on
I
this
would have
show.
shook people down if that was going to make her better at the time.
Right.
And I would have taken it home and shoved it down her throat.
Right.
But I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I mean, I feel like legalizing it will like make all the crazy shit that goes down with the marijuana like chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Like you give up how many drug dealers now that they can go buy it in a store? Dude's out of work. Maybe he's actually gonna get a real job.
Yeah.
So I don't really think it's a bad thing. I mean, just like anything else, you can go home and you can smoke your joint and go to bed. You can also go home and drink 10 beers and go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's moderation. It's how you're going to do it. You're going to live your life no matter how, Same thing with any other drug.
Yeah.
People are either going to do it the right way or the right way where it's intended. Because you can abuse alcohol. You can abuse cough syrup. Like we just found out in the car.
Mark told me on the way here that he just found out what purple drank is.
Yeah.
Purple drink?
Purple drank.
I just learned
Do you know what it is?
Elaborate.
It's cough syrup.
Like Robitussin?
I don't know. I don't do it.
But yeah, I was
That's what all the rappers do now.
Yeah.
It's codeine cough syrup.
Yeah, it's
They
codeine.
drink
Oh,
that
look
with
at
their
John
with
dropping
their Sprite.
knowledge.
look at him. He's got a
He was
computer over there.
on that.
He's Googling everything over there.
He was on that. Can we bring that up online? What is this thing with drank?
Yeah.
Purple drank.
Yeah, it's like past tense, but you're doing it now.
So I think I agree with you on the legalization of marijuana. I don't know where you stand on this,
Yep.
but I mean, there's no issue in my mind whatsoever. I, in fact, actually think it would, I know with the jail things, like big business and jail kind of, jailing people, which I think is kind of sucks that people have to go to jail for, weed, whatever. The chemical thing is a different story to me because it's really tough, I think, to understand what people are taking. Right, especially if like nowadays it's very dangerous with like heroin and being laced with fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, and if someone's doing heroin, just thinking they're doing heroin and there's fentanyl in there, it takes them out. Well, that's kind of like non-FDA approved, right? It's like you can't really regulate or tell how much chemical is in. If the weed isn't laced with anything, it's like, all right, it's weed. And if you smoke too much weed, you're probably just going to not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So
You ever hear those those police 911 calls when people are high? They're really funny.
It was one that was
This
with a
one's like,
cop.
my iPhone's not working. And they're like, sir, you called us from your phone. He's like, oh yeah. They're just really funny.
I think one time it was a cop.
Oh
that,
yeah.
that called in, right? Wasn't it like a fellow cop? Like, I don't know what to do. My whole family's here, and blah, blah, blah. And like, what's your name?
I think he lost his job.
Yeah, I think so. There was another guy because you always hear these weird Florida stories. There was this guy that was posing as a cop.
There's
And
a lot of that.
pulled over an actual cop.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
2 weeks ago. I think it was
Serious?
I think it was like somewhere up in Melbourne.
Oh God.
Like the dude was posing as a cop, puts the rollers on, pulls the guy over. The guy's like, "Yeah, let's talk. What's going on, buddy?"
I mean, like nowadays, there's so much hate toward law enforcement and stuff. I mean, do you hate a fisherman? No.
No.
I go to bed at night happy.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. It's a tough job, though.
It
How
was
long were you a cop for?
4.5 years. New Jersey did a mass layoff when I was young, real young.
So you were low
was
man on the totem pole kind of thing. Did you like being a cop, though?
Yeah, it was fun. And then my sister passed away right after I got laid off. So for me to kind of be mentally okay to try to go back to a job like that, I ended up working on boats. And, well, I mean, I was always a boater anyway. So
Yeah. And then you moved to Florida.
just kind of stuck with that.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, because I always wondered, because we never really talked about that with the cop stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. It was cool. I worked in a little town,
Yeah.
tiny town.
Yeah.
Like most nights I worked by myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like on your detail?
My shift. Yeah, there would be it would be crazy. Like in December where I
Right.
lived up there where nobody was around.
Mm-hmm.
I would just click to the dispatcher, be like, hey, does this thing still work? I'd go 2-3 shifts without even hearing from a dispatcher.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Wow. Well, me personally speaking, and I think I speak for everyone here at Connected by Water, that we're fully in support of our police forces and
Absolutely.
you know, and all of our firefighters and EMTs and military and current active military and veterans. It's something that we full
That's
on
why they all
support.
get a discount when they book a charter.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
At Father and Son Sport Fishing.
That's correct.
At Father and Son Sport Fishing.
Correct.
Yeah, based out of Pompano Beach, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I just got boarded by the Coast Guard on Sunday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How they doing?
They're cool. Guys like, hey, I remember you from last week. I was on a different boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get boarded twice?
different boats, but yeah. Guys like, hey, you have everything? I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Where
cool.
were you when this happened?
Right leaving Hillsborough Inlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're cracking down on all that illegal stuff.
Right.
But they were just doing a safety check. They had a new bosun on board. So they were just, he's like, can you kind of like keep going?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why? He's like, well, new guy's going to slam into your boat if you don't.
How does that work? Like internationally, like you travel a lot. You fish in a lot of different waters, like all over, like Central America and stuff like that, mostly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do you like people never get boarded out there, right?
I've never seen it.
Like I've never thought of that
have in the
before.
Bahamas.
Because I hear about it all the time. You know, the Bahamas is kind of
Yeah,
like
the
because of
Bahamas.
us,
Right.
right? Mostly because it's Americans or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
in Central America or like
like I
Cabo,
never
I've
hear of anyone getting boarded or anything like that.
I got stopped in Cayman one time, but they were more,
Really?
they want to know if we had soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
They were thirsty.
No, they don't like
Let's
get,
see if this
Purple
guy's
drink?
got anything.
no, so apparently like they only get like certain kind of drinks down there and stuff. They were like, hey, do you have any
What kind
Coca-Cola?
of drinks?
And then they were like, where are you coming from? Because we just had done Mexico to Cayman.
Mhm.
We were doing it from Panama home, bringing the boat back.
Yeah.
And but they were cool. We could barely understand them.
Did you have any
My
soda?
family's from
did.
Cayman
Yeah,
Islands.
John's from Cayman.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody get bored down there. That's why I was asking you.
Yeah, we were coming into the harbor. We were looking for fuel, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you just got to go this way." And I'm like, "Well, looks pretty shallow." They're like, "No, you're fine. We do it all the time." I'm like, "Well, your boat's half the size."
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
you gotta
were
be
right.
careful there.
They were right.
Yeah, what are you like? 7th generation Cayman, something like that? What is it?
Yeah,
Some
I don't
long,
I don't
some
even
long,
know.
like lineage.
My dad's side of the family, they were one of the first people to live on the island, to move
cool.
there from Europe. So yeah, the Watler name goes back a long ways there.
Do you guys have boats down there?
My dad, he had a small center console. I have a lot of friends that have boats. He's looking to start his charter. He's worked for the airline there for a long time. He's getting ready to retire, but he wants to start his own charter business down there. So he's getting ready to get a 34 center console. He was looking into getting like a sport fish or something, but he wants something smaller that he can put on a trailer and pull out when he wants. But yeah, I have a lot of friends that have boats down there, and
One of my sponsors does a lot of any Mercury part that goes to Cayman. It's
Yeah.
usually him.
okay, nice. Yep.
He was just there yesterday. Just got home
Nice.
yesterday.
We're down in Cayman.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool down there.
Connected by Water. It's the name of the show, but it's also kind of like a theory that we have. And when we bring people on this show, it's kind of like, it's not really a fishing show. Like it is because most people that bring on here I know through fishing, stuff like that. But that's really kind of how, we all know each other. And at the end of the day, right? So, and we bring in people on because they're part of the community. They're part of the fabric of what we do. Most of the people that we come here are making a living, fishing in some way, shape, or form, or making a living, doing it by Connected by Water. So, it's so important to us that that community kind of like sticks together. I mean, so I wanted to bring you guys on today, for that reason. Really, it's just to say, okay, here's these people. You know what I mean? Friends. We come on. We're all connected by water. Can you guys elaborate a little bit on maybe what that community like means to you guys personally, and how much it's like kind of influenced your lives?
Go ahead, boss.
You go.
Well, I mean, it's
Well,
like
as-
you make a living at it,
Yeah.
right? You know, and it's like it's really kind of changed because you grew up out here, right? You grew up in the same way I grew up, like freshwater fishing mostly, you know, bass and stuff like that. You explained before, like with your dad,
Yeah, I
you do
grew
a lot
up
of fishing,
freshwater fishing.
right? And now you see someone evolve out, and now it's like you're worldwide fishing,
Yeah.
right? And most of that probably expanded like through that community, that like water-based community, you know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and it's not just a job. It's it's your lifestyle. It's, you do what you do. You do what you can to keep enjoying something that you love so much, and you got to take care of it. So
Do you find it's hard to make a living out of something you enjoy? I mean,
not really
not really. I mean,
No.
you're doing pretty good.
easy.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Some days are harder than others.
Yeah, I mean, now as a charter captain, I think that's a little bit of a different story too, because you're dealing with all kinds of like a service.
And it's
You know what I mean?
competitive here. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
very. You're dealing with it as a service.
And also, I'm using a mechanical device to make a living, so you got to keep up on
Right.
a lot of stuff.
I know
you're
here in-
depending on the
Yeah.
boat. So.
And regulations are constantly changing. You have a lot of things.
Well, in Florida with the weather, I mean, hurricane season. If we got a hurricane, I mean,
you lose money.
yeah.
I mean, it's crazy though. I'll get people to try to cancel a charter because it says 70% chance of thunderstorms.
Right.
I'm like, listen, it's Florida. Wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wait 5
know,
minutes.
Or
It's-
we'll go left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for a little while.
And then but a lot of them have kids and stuff, so they're like, oh, we don't really want to be out there with lightning. I'm like, I don't want to be out there with lightning either, but
Right.
I want your money.
Yeah, I want to live too.
Yeah.
FYI.
I want to make dinner tonight.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple aspects to the studio too that's like some of it's service. You know what I mean? A lot of it's just, the art and the concepts that we come up with on our own and stuff like that too. But I see two clear divisions between that too on like what gives me happiness and what doesn't give me happiness. The service part is really the harder part for us.
Well, that's why I try to take off like most of my Sundays.
Mhm.
I mean, if somebody pre-books a charter early, like, okay, that's fine. But for most of it, it's Sunday fun day for me. It's where I chill out.
Right on.
Sometimes,
Lake Boca.
yeah,
Lake Boca.
try to hang out and
You hang out at Lake Boca a lot?
Not really.
Not really, right?
We did. I had my family actually on my boat. My parents, for the first time, came out on my boat like a week ago
Oh, really?
before I went to Alabama.
What'd they think?
They loved it.
It's lovely.
Like, it's weird because my dad and I would always fish, and my dad loves the beach, and my mom's complete opposite of my dad. She doesn't like sun or sand or anything.
Oh, really?
So yeah, but she liked the boat, and we brought the little tailgate grill and grilled out, and had
Nice.
a lovely day.
Yeah, we did that down at just this past weekend at the Tiki Bar down in Holiday Isle after the lobstering adventure. So we brought the whole family. Liz came down, brought the kids, and when Harris and the family all headed out to the sandbar and grilled out. It was a good old time.
yeah, Alamaro Sandbar is pretty fun.
Yeah, so it was a good time.
Yeah, my cousin was home from Boston, so she doesn't get to see much sunlight anymore.
Yeah.
She's in dental school.
Oh, really?
So,
Tufts?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where one of my best friends, Jimmy Bennett, went to dental school there.
Cool.
He has Coral Springs Pediatric right here in town.
Uh-huh.
And cleans all my kids' teeth.
What's his name?
Jimmy Bennett. Yeah. If the whole place, we get the whole place is just, it's like a
That was my dental
gallery.
office when I was little.
Coral Springs. So they were on, they used to be on Coral Sample Road and University.
Yeah,
Right there in the corner. And now he moved it because now he owns it. It wasn't him, obviously.
Yeah,
when we
I
were growing
went
up,
to
but he took it over.
Dr. Klein.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. And so he,
Had a little boat when you.
you remember all
first
the
walked
murals
in.
in there?
Uh-huh.
That was me.
Oh,
Those are, I did those in
That's
college
cool.
when I was in college.
That's
It's
funny.
I just aged myself.
we go way back.
Yeah. So
I was 5. No.
yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I'm going to be 30 next
Actually,
week.
I went there up until
And
like
you're not.
college. Apparently, you can see a pediatric dentist up until like college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I went there
Damn, we should
till
go
I
back
was
to
18.
college.
Yeah, right? Well, now he built his own building just around the corner, and it's like a Key West house.
Uh-huh.
And they're really, and so he's like, oh, all these years growing up there, Dr. Klein had all your murals set, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was in this new place. So they outfitted the whole place with my prints, my canvas prints and artwork and everything. So it's like,
cool.
like a little gallery of mine.
That's
So this
cool.
whole thing-
I had
yeah.
to go back in there. Remember me?
Yeah, you should. Hi. Just here to see
I'm
Dennis's
still not an
paintings.
adult.
Yeah. So it's funny.
I'm
I'd
here
send
for my
people in there.
checkup.
People get sent in there all the time because they just want to see all the paint. Like, so they're like,
That's cool.
so Jimmy's like, yeah, people are coming in and asking just to see your work again. So
Let's
it's
like
cool.
borrow somebody's kid for the day.
You can take mine.
Or build a bridge. Just have
Right.
them
You don't want me
do a
taking your
bridge.
kid.
Cool.
Come on, we're gonna go to the bar.
Yeah, right. Oh my God! Did I tell you about the parakeet?
No.
All right, so
Mango.
Yeah, Mango.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Mango.
Oh no, what happened?
So
He's the last mango.
I think I told this already on the podcast, right? But anyway, so I'll do the short version. Right. So there's a little parakeet landed on my truck, this like past weekend or the weekend before last.
Oh, I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this thing is like falling asleep on my truck. I'm like, poor thing's probably tired. And then I got out, so I grabbed it. We brought it in. I put it in like a little cat carrier. And long story short, kids fell in love with it. We named it Mango. We went up to the pet supermarket. We got all cage and everything for it later. Like 2 hours later, this thing freaking dies. I'm not kidding.
It's so sad.
Yeah. So anyway, we made a joke though, like that
It's the last mango.
We're going to teach it how to talk. And like, oh, what do you want to teach it how to talk? So I had this idea, like every time we walk through the front door, we had the thing go, bar's open.
So did you go back to the pet store and get another?
Not yet. Not yet.
So now you just have an empty cage.
Now we have an empty cage that we got to
That's
bring back.
sad.
We're debating getting the new bird, but I don't know.
Birds are a lot of work.
Birds are a lot of work. We'll see.
Are the kids still bothering you about getting a new one?
No, now they want to foster kittens. So see how that goes.
Give 'em a puppy.
So, yeah. We got a puppy. We have 2 cats already.
Yeah, I have 2 cats.
Do you?
They're not like normal cats though.
No.
Really?
Yeah, my friends like to call them like an ocelot. They're one's a Savannah
Oh, really?
and one's a Bengal.
Really?
Like
Are
a
they?
Fletcher
There's
and
more
Cooper.
maintenance to keep up, aren't they?
Not really. I mean,
I heard they're like a
they
little
eat
bit more
holistic.
wild, though, right?
Yeah, they eat a little more holistic food. I don't really let them outside. I'm kind of afraid that somebody had a Savannah cat in their backyard, like one that was probably a neighbor's of theirs, and they shot it because they thought it was like a bobcat. So, yeah, I'm not letting them out.
Just don't
Wow.
don't leave a box of
I used
boots
to walk
anywhere.
them
Are
on
they
a little
big?
leash and harness. Yeah, I mean, my Savannah is super like thin and tall. He's like slender.
You have pictures of you with the cats?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to roll them right now.
Hmm.
Look at those kitties.
Let me go through 35,000 photos.
My wife's always like, oh, I want a Savannah kitty. I want a Bengal kitty. But then we, like a friend of ours, the Kagans out in Fort Myers, they own Twin Brothers, the big sea hunters.
Oh, there's
out
my
there.
hands.
Ooh. Yep.
Yep, that's Raynauds.
That's extreme.
Yeah.
And so he says he got a Savannah cat, and they got rid of it like after like 3 months because it was just like terrorizing their house.
Wow.
I,
just-
mean, I
I
don't
just
know.
have a
Like,
dog.
is there a way to train them?
Yeah, they know sit, paw, speak.
Really?
Yeah, I give them little
Bars open.
bars open. If I can teach my cat how to say that, then here's my Bengal.
Oh
kinda
wow!
got, like-
Look how gorgeous that thing is. What's his name? Or her
Cooper.
name? Cooper.
Mm-hmm. And Fletcher.
Stick with my dog.
Vegas.
Yep.
That's Fletcher. He's eating
Wow!
asparagus.
Look at those markings. So 2 boys.
Yeah, 2 boys. Fletch. He's named after the Chevy Chase movie from
Yeah.
the 80s.
One of my favorite movies of all time,
Yep.
for
Oh,
sure.
baby.
How's Vegas?
Good. Good. She did a little boating yesterday morning.
Yeah, we're trying to get Abby on the boat, but I don't know. If she's a little introverted, we'll say. Yeah. So
Well, Vegas filmed a commercial or some video footage for a commercial for ACR a couple weeks ago. So her, she's really confident right now.
got to get her to film a Danco commercial.
Right.
We're going to put her in a pelagic gear bikini.
There you go.
She's gonna
A
She's
little
gonna be,
visor.
she's gonna be
ombre.
brown shell.
Brown shell.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for coming on today.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having us.
Appreciate
This
it.
has been a real treat. So let's go get some beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's Instacart it. We'll just hang out here in the office.
Sweet.
Let's see if it works.
We'll see how we can get, how drunk we can get Dennis and paint shit.
Right. So at Father and Son Sport. Do I ever what?
Do you ever drunk paint?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Of course.
Do they turn out better than your sober
What kind
paint?
of Hemingway fan would I be if I didn't drunk paint?
I have one. I'll have to show you it, but I painted like one thing. I think it was a sailfish, and I had a lot of wine. So then
Really?
one of my clouds looked kind of like male's private parts.
Come on.
So then I had to fix that. I was like, I'm going to finish the clouds tomorrow when I'm sober.
Did you ever finish them?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband's like, wow, that cloud looks really interesting.
Quite cumulus.
It's like an Austin Powers.
I'm like, what do you mean? I love it. Yeah.
Is that the only thing you've ever painted?
Yeah.
Was it good? You still
It
have
was
it?
decent. Yeah.
All
I'll
right,
have to find
all
it.
right, that's fine. We'll roll it. You'll get it to us, and we'll roll it on
Yeah.
the edit.
Okay. Don't embarrass me.
I'm not going to embarrass you. Are you kidding me? Now I'm going to try to get some paintings off of Mark.
Yeah, right.
I'll have to find it. I don't know where it is.
I draw a hell of a stick person.
Do you?
Yeah.
A stick sailfish?
Yeah, if I have to.
Yeah,
Tag stick.
I was always a better drawer than I was a painter.
Well, it takes time to really understand like how to push the medium around on a substrate. I mean, like whether it's canvas or paper, and the way the colors react to each other. I mean, when you start adding color and paint, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
But it takes some getting used to, just like anything else. Just repetition.
I should have Dennis do a tattoo for me.
I should. You want to do the other nipple?
We can.
Let's do
I have
the
no
other-
limits for that. Stuff like that.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Have you ever made someone's tattoo?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
Harris, my partner, I did a whole sleeve for him.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he's got a whole thing on it. He's got the sailfish, the map of Tavernier where his house is down there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And an Atosha, a goggle eye, and it goes in the kind of like a compass rose and everything like that. It's a really cool piece. So every time people see him, they're like, oh, I want to get one done too. And I'm like, well, I don't really do them. You know what I mean? So I only kind of do them on special occasions and stuff like that. So I want to get one for me. So I've been going back. The hardest thing for an artist to do is create for themselves.
I bet.
So it's like, I'll draw something up. You're like, yeah, it's going to be cool on my shoulder. And then like an hour later, I'm like, what if I don't want it anymore? So,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I've already made one mistake. Got it covered up.
Really, I got one right in the middle of my back. That was kind of a mistake. Like, not a mistake, but it just wasn't very well done. It was kind of like a spur-of-the-moment decision. I was actually at a tattoo parlor for a friend of mine. And
Always
I was like,
happens.
while I'm here, I'm like, yo, here, sketch it with a Sharpie. I'm like, put that in the middle of my back. Young and stupid.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now I'm like, thank God I don't have to see it every day.
I'm just older
You know
and
what I mean?
stupid now.
But yeah, old and stupid. So, but I want to do something a little bit more, some artistic character, something a little bit more good, better,
Best.
best, good, better, best. So,
Better.
yeah. At Father and Son Sport Fishing.
Yes, sir.
That's how people can reach you if they want to book a chatta.
Yes, sir.
Right?
And if you want me there too,
Yeah.
per request.
Per request, you get the Bombchelle on board.
Yeah. It's a bomb.
We got to go
chart.
fishing. Let's go fishing.
Yeah.
Thought there was maybe
Fishing.
talk about something this weekend, but to see what the weather does.
I'm not going to be able to make it this weekend. We're
Okay.
going to see Luke Bryan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where's he playing?
Coral Sky. So we got a whole bus going. Some friends of ours, the party
My
bus.
Nice.
good friend of mine's cousin is his pyrotech. So
Oh, really?
I think it was like 2 years ago. We actually sat on the side of the stage. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, behind
Yeah,
like
he puts on a good show.
yeah.
He's a very good entertainer. We probably see him like 4 or 5 times already, but
Yeah.
we usually don't miss him when he comes into town. It's kind of how we are with like Aldine. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I flew
Zach
to
Brown
Nashville to
Band.
see Jason Aldean last time. Well, mainly because Luke Holmes was opening up for
I
him.
love Luke Combs.
And I wanted to see him.
I'm a
and so-
huge Luke Combs fan.
Yeah, me too.
To me, he's like the best new country artist
I
there
would
is
agree
right
with
now.
that.
Like hands down. There's no one even close to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, guy's amazing.
Yeah.
The real quick Aldine story. So I used to work in the music business, right, for like 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly after opening up the studio, I still had a lot of friends. I still do have a lot of friends in that business. You know, it was $1 billion company that we worked directly with, like Universal and Sony and Warner Brothers Records and like all that. But it was for my wife and I's 9th wedding anniversary. I was able to hook up a meet and greet with Jason Aldean, which is her favorite. So we go with our friend Jenny and everything like that, and we're gonna go backstage before we got to get there early and everything like that. And we meet the label rep, and the label rep's like, "Yep, come on back." So we're like, "Okay, cool. We're gonna get in line for the meet and greet." If you've ever been to a meet and greet before,
No.
they're kind of impersonal. You're gonna wait in a line, you go back, and the artist is there. You will meet him, but it's gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he just smile. You take a picture, and then you get
Yeah.
herded off like a cow. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much what the meet and greet is. It's, you don't ever get to really ask them any questions. They don't want to talk to you.
You get a picture. That's about it.
That's it, right? On a stage background kind of thing. It looks like a postcard. So we're like going past the meet and greet line, and I'm like, "Isn't this the?" And she's like, "No, let's go." So they put us in a trailer. And in the trailer is a bunch of like Coors Light plates and there's a whole spread of food and everything like that. And they're like, Mr. Aldean will be here in a few minutes. I'm like, what? I'm like, Jenny hooked it up, right? So sure enough, like TC from like Kiss Country Radio comes in. He's like, hey, is Jason here yet? I'm like, what? So yeah, for sure. So like a few minutes later, like Jason Aldean comes walking into the trailer. Hangs out with us for like 10 minutes before the show to shoot.
That's
We're talking
cool.
about how we both have bad backs and stuff like that. He's telling me how he like plays basketball every day with the crew, like things like they were just like talking about bass fishing, like whatever. It was the coolest thing. So that's my Aldean story.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
We snuck into Luke Bryan's tour bus. I guess he had his band's tour bus and then his tour bus, but his band ran out of liquor, so we hopped onto Luke Bryan's and stole us a bottle of
Really?
vodka. Yep. Sorry, Luke, if you're listening.
It's all right. I'm sure he don't mind. I'm sure he can. He's good for it.
Yeah.
You know, the Zach Brown band used to do that eat and greet. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Or if you got it, so instead of like the meet and greet, what you do with Zach Brown, if you got the eat and greet, you got to go not backstage, but in the parking lot with the buses are all
Oh, yeah.
blocking the whole thing off. And the band, and you go and you sit down, it's like picnic style, and you go with your plate.
Fried
and the
chicken?
band serves you. Like Zach Brown and the Zach Brown band are there serving you food.
That's
and you
pretty
get
cool.
to meet them, talk to them, hang out with them, blah,
Oh,
blah,
sweet.
blah. No pictures are allowed, no videos allowed to get rolled. It's like the opposite. It was the coolest experience.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I love those guys.
And a little bit of chicken fries.
That's it.
That's cool.
So it's so funny. I've been trying to end this podcast for like the last half hour, and it's like we just can't
What
stop
else can we
talking.
talk about? This is
We're talking
fun.
about fried chicken.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
Oh, no, I'm hungry.
Yeah, right. Let's go get some lunch.
Okay.
At Bombchelle_fishing, at Father and Son Sport Fishing, at Connected by Water, at Dennis Friel Art. Check everybody out.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.